All right, we're recording these.
Yeah, we're good now.
See everybody in the screens.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Ryan?
Ryan's on his phone like normal. What?
We got
Just like, yeah, about yay.
Yeah.
Just enunciate.
Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago, is here for us. With us
Yeehaw.
today. Anybody get that reference? Anybody?
The Sausage King, wasn't it the guy that got arrested?
Isn't that Always Sunny?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Moving
Oh,
on.
yeah, that one.
Talk
restaurant.
about
Okay.
music.
and
whatever
it's-
we do in this thing.
All right. Yeah, well, with that, though, welcome back to another episode of the Opening Band Podcast. Today, we actually have a special guest on the show. We've got one of our friends, Abe Volk, here.
That's your last name?
Volk. Or Fro,
You
man.
learn something every day.
Yeah, you didn't know.
For what?
You didn't know my last name?
No, I did.
I was like,
Moving
you know
on.
name? Yeah, this will be our first guest we actually have on the show with the actual video going on.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little tight for us to sit together. What, no free product placement? Red Bull gives you
Was
wings.
I just sitting here?
That was mine.
Oh, gosh.
I've been drinking this.
Today we're just going to talk about our fantasy football league.
Oh, that's fine by me.
Yep. Great.
How are you doing in that?
Well,
God.
it was starting out hot, and now I'm just dead middle. As long as I'm dead middle and not last, it's okay.
If you ain't first, you last, though.
If you ain't first, you last. In our
Hi,
league
I'm
especially.
last.
Are you actually?
No, I think Ryan.
Ryan is.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Not me.
Not you.
Not Ryan.
Beer
Ryan
guy.
Bierke
Not
is
me.
last.
I'm
yeah.
never last.
And Boutain is cheating today, so.
Sounds like something he would do.
Illusion.
So we usually start out with a bunch of questions that are just typical for our listeners. Should we start off there? Or do we want to give him a little intro?
Give him a little intro.
Okay.
I feel like Abe's a personality.
Abe, we have known him for a long time and have been friends. I've known him for longer because I went to the same high school as Abe and middle school and so on and so forth. We all became friends in college too, associated through Delt stuff, and then we also have a lot of experience with different music styles and tastes and genres. And Abe probably has one of the most vast, broad music genre tastes. Talk about like what you think I guess what do you think? Like what kind of genres are his like
Your go-tos
your
right
go-tos?
now?
Let's just start with the go-tos. Like what do you listen to?
Well, obviously, I think the reason I'm here is for electronic and that whole atmosphere of music. But I think, I don't know, I really enjoy just like good melodic songs. Really into like the Ben Rector type of stuff, Mumford and Sons, like to that point. And then, I mean, me and Brad used to have a Childish Gambino phase, like those odd kind of Skizzy March, G-Eazy. Like I had a big phase, and I would say it just all like molded into me finding electronic music and really now taking off with it. And I don't know. I'll go in my car and listen to sad songs and sing along, and then a little rap music, and then some EDM dance music, and it's just
The one where you throw it on shuffle and you don't know what you're going to get type thing?
oh yeah, that's
Oh,
my
yeah.
Apple Music. It's
Yeah.
such a odd variety of music.
It's a wasteland of just everything.
It's like musical songs and
I was gonna say you have like a musical kind of background too, so there's probably a lot of like production stuff and
the whole Hamilton soundtrack.
The whole Hamilton soundtrack.
Some Rascal Flats
Yeah.
sprinkled in there.
I was gonna say there's definitely some country in there from what I
Dude, it's
remember.
insane.
Ryan, you want to start with your questions?
Don't you make music too?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I've tried to make music, and that is very difficult.
We have a couple tracks, don't you?
No, that's Brady, Calvin, and Ryan all are the beat masters, and I've tried to learn. And I've sat in front of a computer for a day and tried to finagle my way around, and
Yep.
it is way more complicated than I ever would have thought.
As far as producing, yes, but you have like played at or DJ'd at like a festival set before.
Yeah,
You were supposed to play in West Fargo, and that got pushed back, canceled.
boner killer.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll happen soon enough so we can go see it.
Was the one in Somerset, was that your first time doing
Yep.
anything
So
like that?
that was my first time kind of like playing an actual put together show. But
Glad I was a part of it.
I know, right? It was
Front row.
fun. And then playing at Pounds here and there. So
Summon in.
yeah.
I remember those. Those are the good old days.
Yeah, Roddy and Calvin would be like, we got to go get a drink or we need to go to the bathroom. Ryan, Abe,
Hop
your
out.
turn.
Yeah,
Like,
you guys
okay.
got the first hour here. Hop in.
Yeah.
Just tag in, tag out.
Or
Hopefully.
living room parties too.
Oh, yeah, true. The living room parties are the best because you can mess up and no one cares.
Yeah, no one even notices usually.
Usually for other reasons, but
Yeah, a little bit too drunk.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oops. Who knows? Yeah, that's a little spoiler alert. There might be a Christmas Pounds party.
Oh,
Hopefully if
that's
Calvin
right.
gets his poop in a group and
That's
talks
right.
to Alan.
That's right. Hopefully that happens. That'd be really fun.
Oh my God, get everyone back together.
Back like it was 2019 again.
$2 White Claws.
We need Jack to be the guest bartender again too.
Oh yeah, that would be
He would just show up and just get hammered with us.
Yeah.
Probably. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Jameson shot after Jameson shot.
Oh,
Gross.
spooky
Legendary.
situations that happen at Pounds.
True.
Yeah.
Ryan. Ryan has a list of questions that we've asked everybody up to this point. And I've got some other questions that we should.
Well, I kind of went over his vast majority of songs he listened to, so I'm just going to skip that.
That's fine.
That's fair, yeah.
I'm going to do the first concert, best concert, worst concert question.
First concert. Are we talking like first live concert?
First, yeah.
Anything you were there and there's a lot of people.
Taylor Swift at WeFest when I was in 6th grade.
That was your first concert
Yeah, I
ever.
met her. It was awesome.
That was one of my questions. That was one of my questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say to her?
Nothing. I just panicked. I
love
looked at her
you.
and I was just,
Panic.
Like a meet and greet type of thing?
yeah, it was. We had a family friend that worked for Night Printing who printed the WeFest tickets, and we somehow got hooked up with it. And so little old 6th grade Abe,
Gotta beat Taylor Swift.
I just pooped my pants.
Can we throw that picture of you and her in the like a slide?
Oh yeah, we can find it.
Okay.
Oh
Somewhere
God,
on
if
my
you can
phone.
find that, send that to
That's
me.
just the cover photo of the
Yeah.
episode.
Legendary.
There we go.
I look
Thumbnail.
literally 6 years old.
Just terrified.
Yeah.
So that was first.
Yeah, first concert, best concert. It's a toss-up. I mean, Ultra had so many good performers, but I mean, I'm an Alesso stan, so Alesso at Ultra probably was the most sentimental, but Martin Garrix at Ultra was just like, you can't beat that.
Yeah,
One
fair.
of the greatest ever on one of the best festivals. Was insane. And what was the other one?
Worst concert ever.
Worst concert. This one's tough. Honestly, who was it at Lolla?
Ooh. Lala Crash.
It was oh my gosh. Beep 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 beep. Who did we see? Was it Meek Mill?
Oh, 21 Savage.
Oh yeah, 21 Savage.
Yeah.
The first year we saw him,
Emma Beck.
maybe I was just like not even paying attention, but that second year was
Yeah.
I did not have a good time.
It was like a whole hour 15 slot, and it was like towards the end of the day on the main stage, and it was like 30 minutes into us like waiting, and they were like hype people up on
Yeah.
the stage, and like they were like, "Are you ready?" And they're like, "Not yet."
Not yet.
They'll be out soon.
Oh, it was so bad. Migos is close. That was
Alright.
the only thing they redeemed themselves with was when they came out. It was pretty lit, but we waited like 45 minutes and had just like seen Wiz Khalifa, and that was super sick. And then they just totally
Just waited way
Yeah.
too long.
Tore it down after that.
they have too much. They don't have too much time on their hands, so they
Yeah,
ruined us.
took all the time they needed.
Yeah.
So sticking to that, what is because you've how many festivals have you gone to?
Spring Awakening, 17, 18, 19, 3 times. Lala, 17, 18, 19, 3 times. 6, Ultra once, EDC Orlando once, a New Year's festival.
And that's the one you just got back from, right?
Yeah. So 6, 7, 8, 9.
Over 10. Got it.
Yeah.
What was your favorite? Like,
Ultra.
Ultra,
Hands
yeah.
down. EDC Orlando was pretty lit.
but like, isn't Ultra kind of just like in one area and you don't have much to do, or is that?
No,
Not
so this year they're going back to Bayfront. So for however many years they've been at Bayfront Park, and everyone's excited to go back because apparently it's an awesome venue. But when we went, they switched it because the city of Miami was getting like super mad with noise and people
Yeah.
and all this stuff. But then Miami was saying, no, we need this revenue because it makes
makes sense, yeah.
Millions of dollars a year.
And so they decided to put it at Virginia Key, which is like there's one bridge in, one bridge out
Yeah.
on an island. And it was this immense space. So they had one area with main stage, the worldwide stage, a live stage where like Millennium and Odessa played because they have like bands and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then they had, I think, 2 other stages over there, maybe 1. And then you had to walk a mile, and there was this whole Resistance Island. We have a joke that the old people go and hang out over there because it's just like techno and house music. So we're like, we're going to go to Resistance Island and hang out with the old people. And we went over there once, and it was super cool because, you know, Carl Cox, like one of the main pioneers of EDM, he has his own stage called the Carl Cox Megastructure, and it's exactly how it sounds. Just this big tent with lasers and moving lights and stuff. Just an insane stage. And sadly, we didn't go over there. We went over there once right when we got there, checked it out. And then since it was literally a mile away, it was a mile walk, we were like, we're not.
Yeah, it's annoying.
No chance we're going over there.
Is it a mile in and out or just like a mile
There, and then if you wanted back to the main stage, you had to go back.
Shit.
Luckily at Bayfront, it's close enough to where like the Carl Cox stage and all the other Resistance stages are close. So I'm excited this year to be able to go do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's still like EDC where it's definitely a smaller area, but there's still like at least 7 stages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'll be funny. That'll be better too. That everybody's been waiting for it because it's been pushed back 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, twice.
Well, Ultra was the first festival canceled because of COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking about that last week when we played volleyball with Talon. And he was talking about how they kind of set the stage for festivals to cancel because they did, and they also didn't like refund people.
No.
Mm-hmm. And then everybody else was like, well, fuck it, we're not going to refund people either. And it's kind of, I mean, luckily enough, you guys got to keep your tickets and just keep them for, you know, till to a later date at that point. But
yeah, part of me is still a little salty and is like, I shouldn't support them, but it was so fun in 2019. I'm like, I already paid for it. It's gone out of my mind.
Yeah, exactly. It's already been the damage has already been done.
Yeah.
And hopefully they redeem themselves.
That's a good point. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I think if they're going to do one big one back, as like finally this is the one that's coming back, it'll probably be as good as it sounds. Hopefully, right?
It's just going to be awful.
Yeah.
That's my luck. Me and Carla missing the first day of EDC Orlando and then Ultra like sucking.
Oh, man.
Like, good job, babe.
Every stage is a mile apart.
They're like, actually, the whole Resistance Island is on Virginia Key. So
yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Get an Uber.
Yeah.
Be insane.
Get a $500 Uber to the island.
That's when you have to get your Heelys out.
Yeah, no kidding. Bird scooter it.
Evan.
Evan.
Healy's girls.
Gross. Do we talk about what we all participated in recently?
Yes,
Chesto?
Oh, we didn't talk about that yet.
Ah,
we didn't talk about that.
Whoa, I almost fell. I'm in the
You participated
risky-
in 2 things. Do you want to talk about
risky.
Friday night first?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I went to Nightmare and Knife Party and 30 other openers. I don't know, but yeah, that was. I mean, Nightmare alone, like he's more heavy. I'm not a whole. I love EDM music, but I don't know what to categorize each DJ in.
Yeah.
Whatever. So Nightmare is like when he's with like Slander or he's with other people, like that music I like the more dancey, hip hoppy kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
But like when he's by himself, it's just like it's not dubstep, is it?
It's trap. He plays
trap,
a lot more
yeah.
trap music. Like you can tell,
like
it's
heavy
a lot
and
of
everyone's
rap music
headbanging
with
and
it.
I was I was with Courtney and then 2 of my other friends, Brett and Seth, who've been on the podcast. Mm-hmm. And the next morning we're like, well, Seth's like, I can't hear. My ears are buzzing. I can't hear. Brett's like, none of us could probably really hear that well. And then, but said like it stuck with Seth longer because he's been to like 2 shows maybe ever. Mm-hmm. And so he's just pissed off. He's like, well, I'm gonna be fucking deaf forever. This is bullshit. But yeah, we were super sore the next day. And then once our hearing came back, then Courtney and I met you guys and we went to Tiesto.
Yeah.
So
And then it blew your ears out again.
Bust
Yep.
ears.
Yeah.
I don't know what, because it's inside, but yeah, I went to 7 Lines at the Armory, and for some reason, like I don't know if they
Really
have volume
loud.
at 100.
yeah.
But my ears both times.
I
couldn't
noticed when Knife Party was on and the Nightmare came on, like the music got turned up and I was like,
It can go louder.
yeah.
When Tiesto came on, I noticed. I thought it got louder, but maybe you just got more bass. I don't know, but it was like noticeably louder as the night got on, and I thought that it was either like going up or I was just getting out. Like, oh my god, coming
Well,
to. But
I was all proud of myself because I brought earplugs. And I was like, I'm going to be a good boy and wear them. Put them in, was wearing them for a bit. And then my dumbass was just like, nah, I don't need these.
Yep.
And the next morning I realized that I made
Probably
a
should
big
have
mistake.
used
It
those.
was so bad.
For Tiesto too, there was, so it started at like 10 and there was like 3 openers. How did that go?
I don't know. Ask Gabe. He knows.
Do you remember? Because there was like, it started late, but there was also
When did
like
he come
2 or 3
on?
openers. He came on at
11:30?
like 11, 11:30?
I think it was 11:30.
11:30.
But then played till 2?
2. Yeah,
Till
it was a
2,
long
which
show.
was actually a very long show, and I wasn't expecting it because I was like vibing with it. I went to the bathroom like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, "Is this like? Am I gonna miss the ending? I don't want to miss the ending." I came back and like, "Oh no, he's got a lot left. Go ahead." I'm like, "Okay, I can go to the bathroom," and then came back and I was like, "Okay, still not done." And I left it at 1:45 because I was like just beat. I was so dead tired.
Courtney and I dipped early because we were still exhausted from the night before.
Oh,
I
I bet.
guess. Even though I had to say Tiesto, that was probably one of the best EDM shows I've been to. I haven't been to a whole lot. I've maybe been to like 10, maybe. And that was definitely up there for sure.
Yeah,
Super
that
good.
was by far the best show.
And it was just like, there's no break. It's just like boom, boom,
Oh,
boom, boom.
It was a
constant.
lot. It was a
Yeah.
lot.
Like,
You get a couple breaks where they play like a euphoric song, and then they're like,
Yeah.
"Psych, back in it."
yeah.
Yeah, keep
Absolutely.
in mind, we were like kind of like 3/4 back. We weren't like
No.
halfway.
We
I
were
don't
by
think.
the sound booth, like a little bit in front of the sound booth.
Yeah.
Sure.
would
So
say.
I couldn't tell you where as far as the whole armory goes, but we were like far enough back where we had plenty of room. We had a huge ass group of people that we all knew and like met up
God,
with.
it was like 40, 45 people.
It was actually like it got to be a lot where our hotel rooms were completely full.
Yeah.
And both rooms were, and like that was just before the concert, and more people we met at the concert that we already had known were going were meeting up with us. So it was like kind of nice to be with a huge group of people, but it was like a lot. It was
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's kind of like everywhere you like look, you're like, oh, hey.
hey, what's up? Yeah, hey. I remember like seeing people I haven't seen in a while, like Colbert was there, and I didn't even talk to him. I was like,
Yeah.
hey man, what's up? And that was about it.
I got like dragged out as I like died in the middle of the concert.
Yeah,
Like, it was like not even. I think it was maybe 20 minutes into Tiesto, and I was just like, just fading.
But you guys went a lot of booze route.
Yeah,
you
we
and
did.
LJ,
Oh,
LJ,
dude.
Oh, yeah.
faded.
As soon as like, so
They
walk
kissed me
in
right
there,
on the lips. When
and I'm
he saw
like,
me.
I was like, I'm not gonna like try to do this, whatever. And my girlfriend Sam's like, yeah, right, I'm sure. And I'm like, I'm gonna try not to. And then when you get in a room with people you haven't seen in 2 years, and there's 20 people you haven't seen in 2 years,
very excited.
it's everyone's just like, oh, let's take a shot or blah blah blah, and you're like, oh yeah, and then
Sure.
I think I bought 3 beers there. They were actually not bad, but I also was drinking beer the whole day
Yeah.
before, and I think that was what did me in. Because I remember getting back to the hotel, and we waited for Town's Taco Bell for way too long, and then I passed out. I was tired. But even then, like, the fact that it was they can play hour or more sets or like later sets if they're inside, right? Because they can't do that outside. Does he regularly
Nice to
play?
play.
Like he probably has like a 1 hour set that he plays at every festival, or 1 hour 15 or whatever it is. How often do you think he plays like long extended nights that aren't at a club? Because like I think at the Armory, unless it's inside somewhere else, I don't think that happens very often.
Yeah, I think it's for Tiesto. It might be a little different because I'm pretty sure there was an after party, so I think he might have played longer, but don't quote me on that. But for like in Tech House, it's a major thing. They'll go play their hour and a half set, and they'll go to an after party, and like those homies are playing 5-6 hour sets in the morning.
Jesus.
It's I'd have to pee.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
So you hook up a bottle to your leg.
Yeah. So I don't know. Tiesto probably does it still, but I could see him in like Vegas or Miami playing super long sets. But at main stage festivals, probably 2 hours is the most he'll play.
Because I mean, him being probably one of the bigger people that is going to headline everything, right? I mean, at this point, but even with the festivals being like, okay, you're the headline set, but you only get this amount of time, like, and they'll cut you off because we saw him get cut off before Spring Awakening,
Oh yeah.
right before the last drop. They cut him off because Chicago's just like that.
Chicago is so anal with their noise ordinance. That's
Yeah.
why I told on the car ride or the plane ride home, I was like, I'm never going to a festival in Chicago again. Like
It's tough.
10 o'clock for all the shows.
It's like impossible.
Maybe when I'm older, that'll be fine for me. But midnight was good in Orlando, and luckily it was getting dark because winter. But midnight is the good the good.
Yeah,
It's a good cutoff time.
that's a good cutoff.
Yeah.
And you can also go to the after party things too, because like you can buy those tickets, and they have them for Lala too. But once you go from Lala to wherever you have to get to, it's kind of a pain. But
Well, that's what Orlando, the clubs we were supposed to go to closed at 2:30, and it was a pain in the ass to get out of that
Not
place.
strip clubs. They're open later.
I didn't even
They're open
think
till
of
like
that.
4:30.
I didn't even think of that.
Ryan's over here like,
next time,
I didn't know how I know
I
that.
don't know. I've never been.
It's a Snapple fact.
Staple fact. Okay.
So we tried, and it was just pain,
that is
super pain.
yeah. Did you guys buy tickets for them or no?
Yeah, technically for Friday, which me and Carla just missed altogether, the festival, we had Vintage Culture after party tickets. And Calvin, Brody, Lauren, and Elena left early and went. But me and Carla didn't make it. And then the next night, Calvin and Brody were supposed to did open for Chami, but they came back to get us because Calvin's dad was supposed to drive us to the club. Calvin had the keys. Once they got back, we tried to drive Calvin's dad's car there, and by the time we even got to the highway, it was 1:30. So we did not make that show.
Damn.
I did like your little. So Tiesto was on Halloween weekend, so everyone's dressed up.
Yep.
And Abe was a nice little safari guy. No,
Butterfly catcher.
butterfly catcher.
Same.
Brad was a safari guy.
Yeah.
Steve Irwin over here.
But I liked your butterfly catcher because me and you were sharing a vape the whole night, and you would like be like 20 people across, and you just reach across and I dump it in there, and you pull it back, and then you bring it back.
It worked so well. It also worked. I had people around me telling
Yeah.
their friends, like, we're next to the butterfly net.
That's when I went to the bathroom and I just looked for that, and we went back.
Because, like, no one in our group ever carries, they have the silly totems at festivals
Yeah.
and stuff. Like EDC, I've never seen so many totems before.
Yeah.
And we never really have one. But that night we did, and it worked out
It
well.
worked out
Because I
really
could
well.
like trust people to go to the bathroom
Yeah.
either
And
with
find
one
everyone
other
back,
person
yeah.
or
I
I
found-
went by myself.
I found you guys actually from it, I think I saw either that or somebody had like a hat on or something that I was like, oh,
Yeah.
there's our group, you know.
I think it's when you and I went to the bar right away.
Yeah.
We got those drinks, and I remember turning around and I was like, and then like also I see like the butterfly. We're both like, the butterfly net! There it is! There's Abe!
Go. So that was your first experience at the Armory, Nicholas, right?
Yeah, true.
First show ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was Tiesto.
Jesus
Did
Christ.
you have a good time?
Yeah, I think so. I think I had some good time, some fun. It was just so like, it's just so intense, like in that setting, and like it was just so euphoric too, with like being with all my friends and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously for that reason, like it was so much fucking fun, because like as you guys said, you just turn around and you just see people that you knew all around you, and then all of a sudden someone would sneak in that may have been like there was like Calvin, some before that you didn't realize was even there.
Yeah.
And you turn like, oh shit, when'd you
Yeah.
get here? And you're like, oh my god, and then you try to have a conversation with just like
Yeah.
thumbs up, like good to see you.
I was trying to talk to so many people I just couldn't even like hear to.
You couldn't even do it in the hotel room, man. You couldn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't make it around.
Too. We got a noise complaint there too.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah. And one of them
Your room did? Ben's did. I know that.
Ben's did. I don't think ours did because ours was actually like people were just chilling in there.
I remember when like before we were gonna go, and I was like, all right, Brad, like I gotta use the bathroom. You're like, oh, we'll go to my place. Like it's like how many people down there? We open it and it's just full. We both look at each other. We're like,
Oh.
well,
So I thought there was less people in here, and there wasn't. And all the beer was gone, which is
Oh
probably
my
better
gosh.
yeah,
because we drank it all.
Oh.
It wasn't like it was stolen. It was just because we drank it all.
yeah. And I love the how we had to take like 4 elevator rides total for everybody actually to get down
Yeah.
to the lobby.
Yeah.
People were like, all right, get in the next one. Get in the next one. I took the last one, I think, because we were in our hotel room, and I was like, we'll get there. It'll be an opener. It'll be fine. But the opener was actually good. I can't remember who it was. The last opener.
Oh yeah, Luis Torres. I was excited for him, except I didn't realize. So apparently, him and this other guy named Jekko were a group, and they split up, and so this is his own little thing. And I didn't realize that until Brody and Calvin told me, because I was like, "Who's this opener?" And they're like, "You don't know."
You don't know?
And I was like, "Oh, that makes a lot more sense."
That makes sense.
Yeah, that was
he was good.
That was a fun show, and that definitely was a great experience for all of us to be able to get together.
Yeah.
And we had it planned out for how freaking long? For like
We
4,
had the tickets for
5 months.
since like,
Since they went on sale.
yeah, which was
Yeah.
probably early spring.
We were
Yeah.
convincing people. We saw that he was playing, and we all texted in the Colorado chat. We were like, We're
Yeah,
going.
go. And then I remember like everyone got them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I remember like I was like,
slowly people started buying into it.
and then I was like,
Uh-huh.
okay, like I should get them. And then I bought the 2 because that's when Sam and I were talking like right away. And I bought the 2 tickets, and it said like low quantity at
Yeah.
that point. And I was like, oh, like this tickets went on sale like last week. I'm
Then
like,
we convinced people like Sam Hendricks, Ben's friend.
Yeah.
The one we got him drunk and we were like, you have to go. He was like, why? And we're like, you just have to.
you have
buy the tickets
Yeah.
now. So we had him get out his phone. He bought the tickets.
We got like Potsy to meet us there.
Yeah.
LJ met us there.
Yep.
Yeah. And then,
Well, that was, you told me during one of our podcast recording. You're like, "Oh, me and Nick and the whole group are going to Piesto and stuff." And I was
Yep.
like, "Okay." And I just bought a ticket right
Yeah,
straight
on
then and
the
there.
podcast.
Because we're talking
Alright,
about going
say
and like,
less.
oh yeah, we got tickets to that. And you're like, oh, cool.
We're like, you should go. And then over, you should be like, okay.
Yeah, I got a ticket.
say less.
No, that was a fun time.
And then I texted like 3 other people, and they're like, "All right," and they got
Yeah.
tickets too.
Do we have any more opening questions for Abe, or do we have just?
I've got a couple more too, but
Ooh-wee.
whenever you're done, Ryan. Do you have one more?
No,
Oh,
Cool.
I don't know. Do I?
Do you?
I don't know.
Okay.
Do we? I want because EDM man over here. Who top 3 EDM DJs?
top three current.
Current.
Sure.
Top 3 current.
Current, I guess so. Yeah.
of all of EDM
Of all of EDM. Ever.
ever.
Or just right now.
Just right now. Actually, just right now. Today.
Just right now is gonna be the best way to do it. 'cause
Easier.
Okay.
It's easier.
All right. Alesso is number 1 just because I like his music he's making. His shows, every show I've been to has been awesome. Just, I mean, he's the guy that I started enjoying the most right away. So always probably going to be number 1 or in the top 3. This one's tough. Right now, me, Calvin, and Brody were just talking about it, and I don't know if I'd say top 3.
Come on.
Vintage Culture has been just killing it. And we saw him open up for Chris Lake and Fisher, and just so good DJing, has been making so many good songs. Like,
What kind of subgenre is he?
oh God, he's like tech house, you know, his remix of the All I Need
Mm-hmm.
is one of the biggest remix of that song.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like vibey house music, and I can't say them because I haven't seen them.
Who?
Cream.
Oh,
I want to see them so bad.
Cream.
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 Not the rock band Cream.
Like
Yes.
KREAM.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
But they're doing really well. Alesso Vintage Culture. Honestly, dude, John Summit.
Yeah.
His show at EDC he was out there with something to prove. Like, it was packed. He was just playing bangers. He's been making bangers, and like his whole Twitter is hilarious. He's just a I don't give a shit type of guy,
Yep.
which could definitely get him in trouble as
But
a
it's kinda
person.
what
But
makes it fun.
it's like refreshing,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like everyone's so cookie cutter, and he's like, I don't give a shit.
So corporate kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of like Diplo was a little bit. Like
Yeah.
Diplo was like probably like really quirky and weird like a couple years ago, and now like I think now it's different because he's
Yeah,
more commercial. But
I agree.
And then you 3 actually and I all saw Diplo together.
yeah, we did. Yeah.
In Fargo.
In
Yeah.
Fargo.
The one show.
I was so drunk that show. That was like the first night I was back from moving back, and I just got wasted.
That was a fun class.
Oh
That
my
was
god,
really fun.
that was a lot of
At the
fun, though.
sanctuary. That was insane.
I remember I was literally on the rail. I don't know how like I managed like someone like grabbed me and pulled me up to the front. And I remember like looking up and Diplo was like 15 feet away from me, and I'm like,
He gave me a high
the
five.
It was really
I was
close.
like, "What's up?"
What's
He
up?
high-fived me. And it's like,
I remember literally be like, how the fuck did they just get up this close? Like, what
Yeah.
the hell? And they turn around like all the guys are behind me, and I'm like,
What
I feel like I'm like the
the
last person that should be at the rail right now.
yeah, that was a fun show.
This is a question that I have myself, being a guy who doesn't understand like subgenres of EDM as well. I know that there's like a lot of weird stuff, and like there's like a lot of the traditional like house, techno, this and that. What are like the weirdest, most like different subgenres that you've ever heard of?
like true techno is pretty odd. Me and Brady went to, I can't even pronounce her name. Emily Lenz or something. It's spelled like Amelia, it looks like, but he loves her. And we went to, it was like the techno day at the mega structure. And that is it sounds like machine working. Like that's what I would describe it as. And it's odd, and the super hardo fans for it. Like props to you.
Like video game music.
No, it's just like
Just
super deep. And then if you can imagine just like things getting crushed in a factory.
It's like throwing like a bunch of forks down metal staircase.
Just putting your
Transformers banging.
You're throwing your knife in your garbage disposal.
Yeah. No, that's dubstep, bro. No, yeah. I would say techno's weird. Hard style, I think everyone from this area can agree.
hard style.
Not be a fan.
You mean like? What do you mean by like hard style?
European?
Oh, okay.
Whack.
Okay.
They do jump style to it.
Yeah.
No, was it hard step? Hard step.
Something.
Jesus, whatever dance.
It's like in Europe, it's huge.
Yeah.
There's some weird like DNB
It's like the
hard style
German
and
national
techno.
anthem.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
What?
German.
The German national
Yeah.
anthem.
Yeah. So like techno, hard style, and DNB is huge in Europe, and there are three genres that I just don't.
Can't wrap your head around.
If a DJ will play like one or two songs, I'm like, yeah, that was kind of sick. But I could not go to either a whole festival or a whole set of just that.
You literally just listened to.
Runs.
Are you looking up hard style?
I got it up. Yeah, it's there.
I'm trying to think of a big festival. I think DEF CON or something is one of the big. If you look up an after movie for that, it's just whack, whack, whack.
Yeah.
That's the noise of hard style that's just so prominent.
Just way too intense.
Oh god.
Rail Riders.
It sounds like a lot, but it doesn't sound like.
It's not that.
That's not bad hard
That's
style.
what-
I would say
it was worse.
so. There's like a
seemed like a
weird.
festival.
That was a party.
Yeah, there's a weird version.
That was a
between
remix version of that.
Big Room and Hardstyle, and like Hardwell hits that little ledge because he's like a tiny bit of progressive house mixed with Big Room, and then he'll play like Hardstyle. Oh, what's the zombie remix? There's a big zombie remix, Hardstyle remix that like for some reason everyone was playing at the end of their set, like Tiesto, Marshmello, Hardwell.
Oh, everody like over the
Yeah.
last couple. Yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that one.
It was like kind of a
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I think I've seen that.
It's just stupid high paced and
I've seen that video at least of like that song
Yeah.
being played at like Ben's Lake and shit.
yeah. And so that's the cusp of hardstyle where it's like right on the verge, but there's an even deeper following that it's like unlistenable. I don't understand.
yeah.
But I mean, that's what people probably think about even dubstep and house music at times. They're like, I can't.
Wake up in the morning, 8 a.m. on your way to your
Feeling
job,
like P. Diddy.
just listening to dubstep.
If someone, oh my God, when people post like an Excision song at 8 in the morning,
Yep.
I'm like, you're
Relax.
broken.
Like,
Calm down.
We get
Like,
it. We get it.
You're playing-
get it. You like
If you're listening to Feel Something like Millennium, like at fucking 8 in the morning too,
Yeah.
the hard
depending on the night you had before, it'd be acceptable. But no, yeah.
What's your thoughts on Millennium? Good, bad, meh? You seen them live,
You
obviously.
really had
probably.
to get into that, don't you?
Yeah, this is a
Well,
sore-
'cause,
This is
like,
a touchy subject because if I say something wrong, all of Fargo is
Because I have a
just
no
murder.
Who cares?
Like, what do you
Now's the
mean he's
time,
the
no.
goat?
This is
Like,
when the
come
Kool-Aid
on.
man busts on my door.
Yeah, fucking.
Because I have tickets to him, but I think we're selling them just because he's gonna be December 10th. He's gonna be at the Armory
Yeah.
Yeah,
for like
that's the
3
Armory.
shows or something like that.
Okay, I'll put it this way.
a lot.
I have been to 1, 2, 3, like 4 Millennium shows, and at Spring Awakening, I had a bad time, but that day was not a good day. And we went to like Zed, Millennium. Like we were walking around the festival trying to figure out where we wanted to be.
Which year was that?
2019. It was just me, Brody, Calvin, Ryan, Danny, and Rody. And we were just walking around and like we were at the Millennium show and there was a dude in a basketball jersey, like being super extra. And there was a guy, gloving.
Yeah.
He was doing it to himself. So we stood there.
Middle of the day.
We're just like, there's like a wook to my right, a wook to my left, a guy gloving to himself, a fucking douchebag Chad in a basketball jersey being super extra. And we all were like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like, we just gotta,
Not your vibe.
we gotta go. And so that show wasn't good. But other than that, like I haven't had a bad time at a Millennium show. It was the first, actually no, Earl Graham was, but it was a show that me, Palmer, and Will went to before people around here had known about him.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to that in Seattle and like, that was amazing. And that's like, I really, really like his old stuff. And
That's what he's doing on the because he's Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday he
is a
made
throwback set, right?
Yeah.
And that's
that sold out in like a couple hours.
Oh,
probably.
easily. And that's what I think a lot of people also, they're kind of like stuck in the nostalgia of like, we really like his old music. And I, like even Brody, the Hardo, I hate Millennium now because of the fans.
I was just going to bring that up, actually.
We like his old music, but now there's this cult following with his pop songs and like he's trying to be Diet Excision and it's like I can't get behind it. And like the most recent show I went to, or even I watched the Lala live stream, it's like it's not what it used to be like, and it's hard to say I'm a fan of him now when it's like I truly wouldn't really enjoy going to a show. Like I think a lot of people just dick ride him because he is a Millennium.
I was just going to say that.
Sorry. Yeah, and popular, and it's like a lot. Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think people do that for the Chainsmokers too?
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, I mean, as far as pop and like,
I wouldn't say now, but back in 2016, 2017, for sure.
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh my god, the Chainsmokers! All I know is Closer and Roses. They're so good." But they had like
Kanye.
a whole, they had their whole like album with even better songs. I would consider like that people probably don't know about, and they're just like, "Oh my god, I love If I Die in Your Arms," like that. Those songs for Millennium. It's
So my question to you is, do you think that, I mean, obviously with Millennium being such a hot commodity and a hot topic, especially in this area, do you think that the fans have kind of just are like the reason why like people like actually listen to him in the past are kind of now phasing him out a little bit more?
Yeah, I would say so. That's kind of the reason. Like, obviously, like you can be fans of something, totally fine. But like when you're constantly just praising this guy because he's the first guy you've seen or anything like that, it's like try new things. You know, like I like Alesso, but I don't dick ride him as hard as Millennium fans. And I also realize that there are some DJs that I would consider at the same spot as him and that I enjoy the same amount or would listen to more.
Yeah.
So I think like the fans kind of
need to open their eyes.
Yeah, and like people could call me a gatekeeper, me being like, oh, I knew him before, like that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like when I enjoyed something and then like people became super, it's a hipster.
Yeah,
it's stupid hipster.
Yeah,
Well,
you know?
we do that all the time with certain bands.
I was gonna say that. We do that all the time.
because it's like, I don't know, like Fall Out Boy getting played on ESPN or something like that. It's like that kind of vein of like, okay, you know, do you like that music or do you just like because it's popular or like are you actually into this or are you not? It is. Everybody does it. It's not bad. It's just like okay, I was into it for this reason. And it's because I actually genuinely love the music. And I feel like people sometimes have a hard time being like, well, why do you have to feel like I'm not involved or why can't I like it too? And it's like, well, no, that's not what we're getting at.
No.
But
It's the classic case of like, you know, name 3 songs by the band.
Yeah.
And like that's like kind of what it boils down to, unfortunately. But like, and then you get that person that just know one of their songs and you're like, oh, I love this band. I'm like, but you don't know anything else about them.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Which,
like,
again,
it's fine.
yeah.
I get that. It's okay to be that person. I mean, it's not a big deal. But like, there's those times when those people just try to throw them down your throat.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, you don't understand that we know 10 times more about this
Yeah.
band and have seen them before live like 3 times.
Yeah.
Then you
Know
guys
each
never
other
see them
names,
live.
know each of their albums. Yeah. It's like that too. And I would say this as a guy who doesn't listen to EDM as often, or like I'm not involved in like the scene as much. I will go to EDM shows and like having a good time or like hearing our friends play. I even notice like how Millennium fans are like all up wearing the baseball jerseys or
Dude,
whatever.
that's the
And,
thing.
like,
If you can
it's, like,
pick out,
Just like
if you
him.
can go somewhere and pick out, be like, that's an Millennium fan,
Yeah.
you're doing too much.
Yeah.
Right?
Because they're wearing a Millennium baseball jersey at Tiesto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of
I
that.
get it.
I saw so many Extinction jerseys at the house stage, and I was like, this is interesting.
Did you walk the wrong mile away? Or what? But I will say I've seen like the Millennium fans, and I get like even on Twitter like seeing the back and forth between like people that are really into Millennium and super into it, and then not, or like kind of are like, okay, it's whatever.
Well, that's the classic case of there's a lot of people around here that really, really love Millennium. And again, not like totally fine. I appreciate Millennium and think aluminum.
I love aluminum.
I love
and
Millennium.
like think he
Aluminum.
has really good music and don't knock that he is a good artist. But like John Summit kind of roasting Millennium fans on Twitter, kind of funny to me. It's just a little funny, and I'm sorry if that offends people, but it's just because it's true. It's funny
Yep.
because it's true.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know?
it is exactly.
Which is like sucks for them, but
Yeah.
Good
maybe
work,
don't
Ryan.
do that. you
Ryan
know?
opened up the rabbit
What
hole
happened?
there.
Well,
Open
it's,
up that rabbit
it's
hole.
funny because it's like, I mean, the banter back and forth that they get is not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Abe's the go-to EDM man. Do you like Porter Robinson?
I do like Porter Robinson.
That's a split.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we have friends too that, I mean, close friends that are like, Brady doesn't like Porter
I'm
Robinson.
gonna punch him right in his face.
I think it's the same thing as
Does he listen to this? He doesn't
Millennium.
listen to this. Does he?
He
you might. I could make it.
He'll listen to this on. Hey, Brody, you don't know shit about soccer. right now.
No, yeah. I think, because, okay, we went Lala 2017. We saw Porter Robinson close down Perry's stage. It was pouring rain. so
That's
we
what
only-
Joel was there with you,
Yeah,
right? Because
Joel
he said
was
that was the
there.
only concert he'd ever cried at.
Yeah, that shit, like, it was spectacular. It was so much
bet.
fun. And Brody will say, he's like, I had a great time there. So he doesn't hate Porter Robinson. It's the same
right, he-
case as the Millennium.
Yeah.
He,
Rather listen to something else.
built
yes,
built
and the
his own.
fans and the people. He doesn't think he's as great as people make him out to be.
Yeah.
He still thinks he's good,
I
which
feel-
I think Porter's, I don't know, better, more prominent than Millennium. That might be a hot take, and I might catch some flack. But
Get your back.
I feel like those two people have built like a brand enough that people follow and
Yeah.
ride on too hard. Like, I mean, the Millennium stuff is like all in its own realm for pop and stuff. I mean, like Porter Robinson, I don't know much about like nature or nurture.
Nurture.
Nature versus nurture.
you know
I
a
don't
lot
know.
about nature.
I
Don't say sure, Brad. You know
but
the trees.
Nurture is like completely like I listen to it and I'm like, oh, okay, like I like this and I like Porter Robinson, but I like the vibe, I guess, of the songs, but I also don't like.
No, they're
I'm
not
not-
like as outstanding as.
I'm not gonna
I
get
would
into his anime tastes or like
No.
following that way or like Millennium. I'm not gonna go in and like start wearing flames shit or whatever he does.
Look like you're wearing a Guy
Phoenix
Fieri
is
Yeah, look like
fucking
a Guy
shirt.
Fieri.
Phoenix,
Phoenix,
Brad.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to you. The first time when I saw those jerseys, I was like, it looks like a Guy Fieri freaking like just clothing change in an
Do you know
episode
how
of
much
Triple
money he
D.
probably makes on those jerseys?
Oh yeah,
It's very
absurd.
ridiculous. amounts.
Insane.
Smart. I mean, it's building a brand. I mean, bands do
Yeah.
it too. Everybody does it, and that's what makes people follow it.
I mean, you got to respect the hustle.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Happens
agree.
all the time.
does.
I got a kind of an Abe, not Abe specific question, but it's more of like what do you listen to when? Number one, at work. Number two, when you're going on a drive. And number three, when you work out. Because I know you do have probably different music tastes for each of those things. Work out, and when you go for a drive.
You answered that first phrase.
Me?
Yeah.
Jesus. So the first one's work.
Work out.
Oh
and
God,
go for a
work.
drive.
Limp Bizkit. Period. That's definitely.
I feel like that you could answer those.
It's
for all
easy.
three.
Yeah, it's easy with you
Well, no.
because like you work at a bar, so it's constant music playing.
Yeah.
You don't
So-
have control
At
over
work.
it, I suppose, all the time.
Well, I mean,
you can.
If I'm buying touchdown credits to play music at that bar, I'm gonna be playing some Biscuit. Like that's just gonna happen. So like that's 100%. Driving, it's probably like I have my
Biscuit.
rock playlist. It's more like I'd say calmer music. So it's like The Main, The Story So Far.
Slipknot.
Yeah, not Slipknot. No.
Hotel Bug.
Like Shine Down.
The story so far is calmer.
Well, I mean, compared to Limp Bizkit,
Sure. Okay.
I mean, if you want to put them in categories, Biscuits in their own, but
Good.
whatever. With Confidence, kind of bands like that.
Okay.
So that's kind of my driving. Working out, God, it has been a while since I've done that. When I was working out, it was definitely, what was I listening to? I Prevail. It was a lot of I Prevail.
Some angry stuff.
Yeah, it was just, oh God, I have my run playlist. It's a Falling in Reverse, I Prevail. Just super angsty, like heavy music. Get you going.
That's fair. Ryan, do you want to answer that too?
I mean, I don't work out, so I don't listen to music. But if I did,
Well, technically working and
work.
working out for you are one and the same sometimes.
Oh yeah, soccer practice.
I don't listen to music. I can't. I'm
Oh, yeah,
coaching.
you
I can't listen to music.
Oh.
If I could listen to music, like when I'm at Discovery or
hypothetical.
whatever, I'd like go through albums probably.
Yeah, I do that too.
In the car, like I have a late night drive playlist, which is kind of just a bunch of mellow, easy listening to, some emotional, sad boy music, stuff like that. Then working
Feel
out, it's just like Linkin Park, System of a Down, Slipknot, just heavier stuff.
Yeah.
Always go heavier.
Older Day to Remember, put that in there.
Things they play at the
Older.
gym I go to.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Take off my headphones and I'm like, this is drastically different than what I'm listening to right
I listen
now.
to Blink sometimes when I used to work out a lot. I used to listen to Blink because I kind of just
Yeah.
some songs kind of just
Punch a little bit, and you just kind of. It's not like you're actually like it's almost on in the background, but it's just motivational.
yeah.
Yeah,
I need something to yell
Like
at me.
just Travis Barker beating the shit out of some drums.
yeah.
I'll answer it quick. Same thing. Work is I listen to just chill stuff because I just sit at a desk. So I mean, like
Lo-fi.
yeah, well that too. A lot of that, a lot of lo-fi, a lot of jazz, a lot of like bands like Turnover and chill stuff. I don't like. I do like sit there and I'll listen to a full album of like I've been into Turnstile lately for the last couple weeks and listen to that. But I listen to that while I'm working out. The Story So Far, or like albums, yeah. Something that's going to keep playing and I can just kind of keep that same vibe going without having to change it. I know I could just make a playlist, but I don't want it to get old. And Drive is probably like whatever I'm into at that time, like whatever kind of pops up and I add to library. It's like the recent stuff because I don't want to listen to stuff that I'm like, oh, I'm into this right now. This is where I can listen to it in the car, like all the way up and not care. That's what I would say. But what about you?
So I would say working, like at the pool, honestly, I'll just throw on sets because it's just, they're an hour long. You can put it on and forget about it and go. But I also like the days where like Joel will go on and he'll just throw on like a Spotify playlist or throw on shuffle on YouTube and it will play whatever. Homework and stuff. It's as close to low.
We didn't say homework, did we?
No. Like,
Work, yeah,
I'm trying to
same thing.
think back in the day when I would sit down and do something for a long period of time
Classical
because
Beethoven.
that doesn't happen anymore.
Bach.
Yeah.
I would list. Honestly, I was a big classical music
I
guy.
listen to classical music and I did lo-fi all the time. I do
Yeah.
that.
I got into jazz too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's flute.
Yeah.
Jazz. I don't know why.
It was like Nora and Pure, which you'd have to look up, but she's very like chill house. There's minimal words. It's just a constant like straight through because it gives me like she'll play 2-hour sets. So I'll throw it on, work for 2 hours and stuff like that. Gym set, but normally harder stuff, like more main stage Martin Garrix, stuff like that. Unless I'm in a bad mood, then I'll just shuffle sad songs.
Let the anger out.
Let the anger out.
Yeah.
And then car rides, it's a toss up. It's
Yeah,
whatever I'm
everything.
feeling. Like, fuck it, I'll throw on the Hamilton whole soundtrack and listen to it straight through.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I did that on the way home from my grandma's house.
Just-
Carla was like, I hate you, but I'll let you do it. You're driving. I was like, ha ha.
Yay, you let me
Sang
eat
it
myself.
word, yes.
I've-
Sang it word for word, bro.
I knew a lot of words to the Hamilton soundtrack before watching it on Disney Plus because because of you.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I've heard this
you.
before a couple times.
Me and my-
Ooh, ooh.
Me and my ex would sing it in the car all the time.
Sit in the back
Rip.
seat and I would just
I was like, can we listen to something different, please?
open the window and stick my head out like a puppet dog.
Actually, want to know what got me through stupid college freshman math? I would listen. I'd go to the Math
Quizlets?
Emporium or whatever, that shitty place, and I would listen to that too. I would listen to Because of the Internet. I just put that on repeat. I listened to it over and over
I
again.
forgot about
And
that.
just
what?
bust through it because of the internet.
Josh
Oh,
can
yeah.
do this, yeah.
I just ripped through that like time after time. Spend the whatever hour I would need to be in there, and then
Get the fuck
pop
out.
out. Yeah.
God, that's
It's easy to time it. Yeah.
Are you a fan of Rez?
No,
Do you think that
I don't
follows
really
the
get
same
the
as
hype.
the hype? Or?
She just has a new album out.
I haven't.
Tonight, tomorrow,
see, I
whatever.
haven't seen her live, and maybe that would change my opinion. It's just like
Yeah, because like I remember she performed at the Armory at Halloween like 3 years ago,
Yep.
whatever. And I was like, listening to her music, I was like, I'm not into it. But then I saw it live and I was like, this is fucking nuts. And that was like the
Yeah.
most fun I ever had at a show because it was Halloween and I was like with a really fun group of people. But like, and now just ever since then, I've been listening to her quite a bit.
she's always playing at the same time as someone else I want to see. So I've never even
Yeah.
had like the side thought of like, you know what, I'm gonna go to this Res show.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if there's a festival, I'll go.
I've
But
seen,
listening to her music, part of me just has this weird inkling that I'll be like confused.
Yeah.
It's so dark and dreary.
I get it. Like, I understand because it's so different and like weird, which is cool. I've seen her twice.
Didn't you see her in South Padre?
Saw her in South Padre, and it was
Jesus.
like one of the first EDM shows I ever went to.
Ooh, that's an open.
And it was like on our way in, and it was like getting dark, and I just saw like the two red eyes, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Demon.
And I was like, and they were like, "Oh, I think it was like Calvin or somebody looked over like, this is not what tonight's gonna be like. This is just this."
Begone, Satan.
Yeah, because it was that, then it was Marshmallow or something like that.
Who was your first EDM show ever?
We walked in and we saw Borges at Spring Awakening.
That's your first ever
First
EDM
ever.
show you ever went
Pretty
to?
lit. I heard
What was
Tsunami.
yours?
Diplo.
And yours was
Brez, yeah.
was it?
Yeah, South
Mine
Padre.
is, mine is Odessa. Sounds pretty
Hey,
cool.
that's a good
At the Myth.
Pretty solid lineup right there.
show.
That is Brez is something else. I have another question too. What is like? I mean, you already said some sneaky stuff that you're into, but what is like the best experience or like the best venue that you've ever seen something at, whether it's EDM or not? Whether it's just like the friend group or the venue or like the sunset or just like
The Rain.
the rain. You know,
Like I was talking about Lala, the rain, it was like downpouring. And seeing Porter is just like a weird kind of euphoria
probably
that
would've
I never thought I would experience in my life. But the WAMU Theater in Seattle, it's connected to CenturyLink where the Seahawks play. That venue for production, size, and what they can hold, just stupid cool. And like, I mean, it's a box. It's like a convention center, but they like, I don't know, the atmosphere is cool. And like Seattle, big city, you have so many people showing up. That is super cool.
Want the pop picture up on there for you guys?
yeah, sorry, I'm just
Looks huge.
it is kind of just a big box.
Massive.
That's huge. That's cool.
Like
Yeah.
Armory size or bigger?
Oh, bigger.
Really?
Really? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Armory is really skinny, and this
Yeah.
is like same
a big
distance
warehouse.
back and then
It's
side
wide.
to
It's
side.
wide, yeah.
wide.
White as shit.
So
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah, it's pretty big.
It looks like a baseball stadium.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Grant Park's pretty cool.
Grand Park's cool.
The island that Virginia Key was like cool because I mean it was dead of spring winter here and we were in it was warm and sunny
Yeah.
and nice.
Have you been to Red Rocks too? You've been to Red
Oh yeah, Red Rocks is cool. That's what it sucks because like
Is that Rufus there?
yeah, Rufus there. It's just Red Rocks is cool. All
Yeah.
of Colorado just being there is awesome.
Yeah.
And then, but I think I haven't been, but I want to go to the Gorge.
Yeah, the Gorge
Yeah.
would be
That's-
sweet.
wasn't that
So
your
bad.
one?
That was my
festival?
festival location. Was the Gorge.
It just looks so cool, and I've heard so many good things. Oh,
Yep.
I need to go. And I was right there, and I never went.
I just wish we could have went to the Sad Summer, the first one, that
Yeah.
amphitheater on Lake Michigan.
Yeah, that'd have been sweet.
Oh yeah.
Fuck. Still pissed about that.
Rip.
R.I.P.
Yeah, well, that wraps up my questions. Is there any other EDM specific questions or Abe specific questions while we're here?
We should probably.
Who'd you vote for?
And we're on to the next one.
Not Millennium. Not Millennium, but
So
Not Millennium. Millennium not for president.
with that, though, should we probably just move into kind of song of the week?
Yeah, do you got a song of the week?
No news? No news?
I don't have any music news, unfortunately.
Nudes?
Nudes?
Blink's album, 18 years old. Best Blink album.
Was that
Whoa. Yeah. No, today. This day.
Hey,
I
Alesso
just
dropped a
thought-
song at midnight tonight. Actually.
Oh, shit.
That's big news.
Is it with anyone or is it just him?
It's him. I forget the artist. I think it's just him. It's somebody to use. He's been teasing it in his sets, and I've been waiting for him to finally drop it. And
I do like, because you always post stuff on Instagram about like songs you listen to, and I always
Click on
press
it, make
that
sure.
button.
yeah, I
Takes me
appreciate
there.
when people listen. I try and listen to everyone's songs
Yeah.
if they post them, depending on the person.
Yeah.
If Brad posts a song, I'm listening to it. Bruce posts a song, I'm listening to it, but I'm skeptical.
That's very fair. I'll give you that.
I'll listen to stuff if like I would definitely listen to something if people send it to me. There's never been a time where I've been like, oh yeah, I'll check it out, and I just don't if they like
Yeah.
send it to me. But like, there's some people too where I'll see it. I'm like, just maybe another time.
The one person where
Not
they,
our friends, like, but like usually other people.
if this one person sends me a song, I always have to like check it out because I know it's gonna be good. Tucker, whenever Tuck sends me
yeah.
music, dude, it's always 100%. It's perfect. That's actually what my song of the week's gonna be. Is something that Tucker sent me. Yeah.
The EDM? I thought
It's not.
No chance.
Well, actually, it's kind of
I thought we did
EDM.
EDM songs for the songs of the week because of the EDM episode.
Well, this one's okay.
what is that?
Correct me if I'm wrong with this. So, you guys have heard of Bill Murray, right?
Yeah, from
So-
when you talked about it.
So they're kind of
Not
like
the actor.
I was like the guy from Zombieland.
that's how you know Bill Murray. We got an issue. No, it's a band that Tucker sent me, and they're kind of like they're heavier, like rock, but it's mixed in with like an EDM like beats sometimes too. So the drops. So it's kind of a little bit both. But they're this new album they dropped is called 400 Pound Back Squad.
Makes you do that.
Could you
when
listen to it at the gym?
That's hard as shit.
Dude, it's actually really freaking
It's a
good.
Joel squat.
And like the names of these songs are just
all
hilarious.
capped and not spaced out.
Lord Farquadzilla is one of them.
I feel
Please
like
tell
I've
me
heard
there's some-
that before.
Lord
A
Farquaad from
cowboy,
Shrek.
a cowboy's heavy load is one of the other songs.
Kind of heavy load we're talking about.
Jacked and Stacked. I can't even finish it. It's not
These
all there.
names of pornos?
No, but the song of the week that I'm
Could
going to
be.
pick running into it, just I want to get it there. It's called Can't even say it. Keeping It Beefy.
Yeah, that's respectable.
Makes me
Yeah,
think
I'm
of Taco
into
Bell.
Yeah, and that's by Bill Murray. And I mean, when I'll play it for you guys, you can decide and be the final factor if you think can even be considered an EDME. But I personally think it does. So shout out Tuck 12 on that one.
Good job,
Tuck,
Tucker.
Always killing it with the Bill
Tuck.
Murray shit.
Brad.
Ryan.
Brad.
I'm
Donkey.
Abe.
Donkey.
There's a lot of music played this weekend, but
Yeah, you
honestly, during the day on Sunday, we stayed it was called Stereo Bloom, and it was just like all house music the whole day. And Calvin and Brody were super excited to see, they're called West End, and they did a B2B with Black V-neck, two guys who wear black
V-necks.
V-necks.
Whoa.
It's pretty funny.
Stick to the word.
But it seemed like West End was playing a substantial amount of songs, but he has a song that just came out called Perfect. And it's house music, so it's kind of repetitive, but it is a
Funky.
very good house song.
Funky.
And the vocal chop on it is spicy, but I've been blasting it in the car, and it's definitely going to get rinsed if I play a show anytime soon. So,
Nice.
break it in.
yeah, rinse.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll go. I got it now. Mine's from Minus the Bear. It's called Hooray. It's off their first album, but I had gotten back into them. They're from Seattle.
Oh,
They're really cool. They're kind of chill, but they're pretty fun. But they have been a band for 20 years or something like that. But they finally said okay, we're done. And I think it was just for life differences and they're just getting old. But they released a farewell tour live album. It's actually pretty good. But I was I listened to them a lot in high school, and now I got back into them again, and now they're done. But that's not actually
That's not an EDM song.
Nope.
I'm gonna throw up,
It's a rock band.
fuckers.
You can do it. Whatever you want, Ryan.
Nope.
yeah,
I'm gonna
whatever
change
you
mine now.
want.
Whatever your
Nope.
little
Gonna change. I don't know how to pronounce this band's name.
churches.
That's
Churches,
churches.
yeah.
That's them.
I've seen churches.
I know who
You've
Church
seen
is.
them?
I've seen them.
At Lala.
Yeah.
They played it in the day.
I'm gonna do another song. It's called "Mother We Share." I've been vibing to it a lot lately.
Motherly
New
shit.
new album, right?
Mother We Share. Nope.
Mother we share or Mother Lee share?
Mother, we share.
I can confirm.
A brother
It is
from?
we.
I am
the
right
same
here. It's an older song.
Yeah, she can sing. She's got a really good voice.
Yeah. That's what, I think I watched that live stream for some odd reason.
Uh,
Like just to see what Grant Park looked like.
yeah,
She
I
was
think-
on and I was like,
Yeah, it's
Did I
cool.
talk to you about Dr. Fresh, the DJ? No.
I mean, I think we have talked about him, but what?
Because
is
you
there-
really want to see him?
Yeah, I want to see him.
Yeah. We'll go together. We'll kiss and
Okay.
stuff. It'll be cool.
Oh, yeah. We sent.
Because I watched the Hulu
Yeah.
live stream. It looked insane. People were going so nuts.
He's a goober.
Yeah. He is a goober.
Ooh, that surprise pick. Yeah, I mean, we saw Hozier at Lala, but his song with Medusa,
Oh yeah. You sent me that too.
he's
Nuts.
just he could sing that song alone and it just an acapella of it, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna play the shit out of this.
I actually haven't
golden.
listened to the full version yet.
It's good.
I listened to the preview, but yeah.
Very good.
With that though, should we wrap her up? I think
it
I got to
up.
give a few shout outs on this one. Brody Calvin, Lucky Sevens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Millennium fans all over.
Yeah. Tucker. Yeah.
Ryan Bierke, just because Ryan Bierke.
Yeah.
Pounds,
Pounds.
if you want to
Shout out
sponsor this
Jack.
episode.
Jack and Jameson.
Yeah, please.
We're
sponsor
gonna
us,
have
Jameson.
an ad on here if they actually get that Christmas show going.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
That'd be fun.
But no, this has been another episode though of
Shout
the
out.
opening.
Courtney.
Wow.
Shout out.
Go ahead.
Shout out everyone.
Shout out
from
anybody else.
Tiesto.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
He listens.
But yeah.
Shout out Brad's mom.
Shout out Robin.
And with that, thank you guys for watching. As always, you guys can like us on Instagram and Twitter and keep up to date with kind of what we've been doing and when we'll be posting. Follow us on, subscribe to us on YouTube now because we've been posting videos now. It's been kind of bi-weekly. It seems to be kind of when we've been getting them going. So check it out there. Ring that bell apparently, but that does something. But thank you guys so much for watching. This has been another episode of the Opening Band Podcast. And thank you, Abe, for coming on this episode. So yeah, let's grab that thumbnail real quick. And peace.